Fasten your seatbelts, ladies and gentlemen, because Samantha would like to introduce you to Samuel Allure, who prefers to be known as Johnson Raymond. Johnson first contacted Samantha back in May. At that time, Samantha wasn't in prison. She was living a quiet life as a housekeeper in Salcombe in Devon, but we all decided we preferred the version that was in prison. But back in May, he introduced himself to the calm version and said hello. "Hi," said Samantha. "I'm fine. And you?" he said. "I'm very well, thanks," she replied. "Where are you chatting from?" he asked. "I live in Salcombe in Devon in England," she said. "Where are you?" "I live in California, USA." "Where in California?" Have you noticed that the scammers rarely tell you which town they live in? "It's really my pleasure to meet you," he said. "Are you married? And do you have children?" "Is that a place in California?" she said. "It's an awfully long name if it is." "I stay at Los Angeles, California." "So, what are you doing?" he asked. "Standing on my head on the sofa. What are you doing?" "Watching TV," he said. And then he disappeared for 6 months. And he reappeared on a Wednesday in November. "Hello, Samantha," he said. "Hello, Johnson," she said. "How you doing?" he asked. "I've been better. How you doing?" "Same here. I'm good." By then, Samantha was back in prison. "You ain't reading what I said, is you?" she said. He said. "What did you say?" "Are you busy?" he asked later that day. "Seems you're having a busy day. Chat when you get the chance." "Okay." "What do you think I said? I said I've been better. Don't mean I was having a good day, does it? But you said, same here, I'm good. Didn't sound like you was reading me messages, did it? So how are you doing today?" "I'm good, thanks for asking," he said. "How is the weather condition over there?" "It's bleeding cold." "I hope you have enough warm clothings to keep you warm," he said. "As for me," and you know this one, ladies and gentlemen, "I'm in the documentation room. It's more like my office because it's close to my room. The weather here is actually cold. It's good to be pretty," another one, you know, "and not pretty alone, but to be admired by someone. I really do admire you. You're so beautiful." "Documentation room sounds ever so posh. You some posh government official or summat?" "Like I told you, I'm a marine engineer. I'm currently serving in the oil platform (brackets oil rig) here in Ireland, but I'm on relief assignment, and my contract here will be over in 2 years' time. I'm currently in my documentary room, where I uses my desktop computer in talking to you. And what do you do for a living? I mean, your job?" "Like you didn't tell me, did you? And I ain't psychic. I was an housekeeper till they locked me up in this ghastly place. I'm currently in my documentary room. You're a filmmaker, is you?" "Okay," he said. "So tell me, are you married? And do you have kids?" "I ain't married," she said. "Me partner shoved off when they locked me up in here, bleeding rat. I had kids years ago. No idea where they is. They was took away when they was babies." "I'm divorced, with one son that is 14 years old," he said. "That's nice for you." "Well, I travelled to work. When I came back, I caught my ex-wife, which is the mother of my beloved son, cheating on me with someone I called my best friend, which is like a brother to me. This calls my divorced with my ex-wife. But it's all the past now." "Yeah, like I needed to know that, did I? Get it off your chest, why don't you?" "Okay, so tell me, do you still want a man in your life? I mean, do you want to still get married again? If possible. Bear kids?" "Yeah, I need a man what's got money," she said. "I ain't got none. I'm too old to be having more kids. I ain't in my 20s no more, is I?" "How did you pay your bills without you having money?" "I told you I was working as an housekeeper." "I mean, now?" he asked. "Money ain't no use in prison," she said. "That ain't true neither. If you know the right people, it helps, don't it?" "Send me a picture of you, please send." "Me pictures on here." "Don't you send pictures on Facebook?" he asked. "No, I don't send pics online to anyone. Don't trust any of yours online types." "Can I have your email address so that I can message you on mail?" he asked. So she gave him her email address. And, of course, they moved to chat. "Hello," he said, over on chat. "Hiya," said Samantha. "How you doing?" he asked. "I've been better. How you doing?" "Good, thanks for asking," he said, again. "Hope you slept well last night." "No, I bleeding didn't. Too bloody noisy," said Samantha. So, can I get the picture here and now? He tried. Didn't you read what I said on Facebook? Said Samantha. You got understanding difficulties or something? Question mark, he said. You don't share photo? Which bit don't you understand? Said Samantha. You read what I said on Facebook, or are you too bleeding lazy to go back and look? Oh, I remember. You don't send photos online, right? Said whichever member of the team was talking to her on chat and had had to flip over to Facebook. But how can I know who I'm chatting with? He asked. Oh, you can bleed and read, she said. Why ain't the one on Facebook good enough for you? Don't you like it? You can sling your hook if you don't. I want pictures here. I can't be chatting with someone I can never imagine. Just a photo. Then you can go away, can't you? Goodbye. If you're too bleeding lazy to look at me photo on Facebook, then I ain't interested in talking to you. Why the issues, he said. Just wanted to be friends. And Emery. Then stop moaning like a baby and be friends. Hello, he said. Hi again, said Samantha. How is everything going? You seems to have a busy day. Oh, I do I? Said Samantha. What makes you think that? Nothing. Been only a while, he said. How many countries have you travelled to? Exactly the sort of random question you suddenly ask someone. Blimey, you conducting a survey for a travel company or something? I ain't been nowhere. Just asking, he said. Why do you always talk to me? Like we issues something. Well, I ain't been nowhere, said Samantha. How many countries have you been to? Have visit? Italy, France and Switzerland, Ireland, Germany, Netherlands, Spain, and I really feel good about it, he said. I'm so pleased for you feeling good about it, said Samantha. So he sent her a photograph of a man with a red-nosed thing beside him, as you do. What the bleeding hell's that got to do with travelling? Said Samantha, and she picked herself up off the floor. Our man, of course, couldn't answer that, so he did what they always do and disappeared. Hey, he said the next day, what's your intention being in the prison? What do you mean? Said Samantha. Intention of what? Tell me more about yourself, he said. I really want to know more about you. Like what? She said. You're going to tell me what you meant by what's your intention being in prison, or did you just type something daft because you felt like it? You told me you were in prison, he said. You said you was locked up. I is, she said, but I ain't got a clue what you meant by what's my intention. It mean? Why were you locked up, he said. No, bloody don't, said Samantha. Even I ain't that daft that I don't know what intention means. What reason? He asked. They locked me up for fraud, money laundering, using threatening behaviour, driving without a licence, bleeding joke, I ain't never had one, shoplifting and something else I forgot. So what are they talking about, your case? He asked. What do you mean, she asked. What's who talking about? When will you be leaving there? Or will you never be set free? 3 years and 2 months, said Samantha. Oh, don't you have any lawyer that can set your case for leaving there? What do you mean? She asked. Do you really do money laundering? Asked our hopeful scammer. Well, I ain't Saint Samantha, she said. Question mark? He replied. You bleeding thick or something. I didn't get locked up for stuff I didn't do, did I? What about your family? He said. Don't you have nobody? What about him? Said Samantha. I got a brother somewhere. I ain't seen him for years. Why don't you communicate with him? He asked. I told you, I ain't seen him for years. How can I communicate with him if I ain't got no idea where he is? I ain't psychic. 3 years and 2 months? That's a very long waste of time for you, he said. You ain't wrong there, pal, said Samantha. How can I help? He asked. I really want to help. I ain't got no idea, she said. You could try and convince that slimy toad of a judge that I'm a good gal really and there ain't not point in keeping me here. You'd have to find a solicitor. I ain't got one of my own. I just had some legal aid person who didn't give a toss. How can I do that, he said. You could try Googling solicitor. Try solicitor in Woking. Oh, I see. Do you have any ideas where I can find one? I ain't got no ideas, she said. Just phone one of them. OK, I'll see what I can do about this. Just give me more information about you, about your case. More information? Such as, I was took to court in Exeter by Devon police. Judge gave me 7 years. You serve half of that. Oh, really? What's your age? Sorry to ask. What do you think? Said Samantha. I'm 52. Seen? When have you been locked up? He asked. Seen what? Asked Samantha. Have you been locked up? He said. Now what you're babbling on about? She said. I'll have to pay my lawyer for this case. It's not a simple case. It's all about money laundering, he said. Whatever, said Samantha. It seems, he added, you like being there. You what? Who the hell likes being shut up in this awful place? You some kind of nutcase? Why'd you say that? I think you don't need anybody help. Or mine, either. What? You know someone who likes being shut up in prison, do you? Course you gotta pay a lawyer. I ain't never met one what works for free. It's because I really want to help you out there. So there's no place you can get help from. Like what? Asked Samantha. Fairyland. I don't understand. What do you mean by fairyland? You ask a daft question, you get a daft answer, don't you? Where the hell do you think I'm going to get out? The prison release fairy? I don't understand, said our scammer, who'd been taken so far off script by then that he was starting to lose hope. You're totally getting me upset. What do you really need? You really is bleeding daft, ain't you? Said Samantha, quoting the bit where he'd said, It's because I really want to help you get out of there. How do you think I'm going to get out? There ain't no prison fairy. You don't just get out of prison because you feel like it. What I really need's a bleeding miracle, or an expensive solicitor ain't afraid to appeal and make up some evidence. What's really the problem, he said. What do you want now? What's the problem? You really is daft, ain't you? The problem is the judge found me guilty and I got locked up in prison. That's a problem. What do you think it is? You asked me how you can help. I didn't ask you for help, did I? And I said phone one of them solicitors in Woking. That's what I want you to do. But apparently that was too difficult for our man, who disappeared from Samantha's life. But not long after he first appeared in Samantha's life, he appeared in Cassandra's life, back in June. Hello, he said. Good morning, replied Cassandra. How are you doing? Very well, thanks. It's just starting to rain here, but at least it was dry during the day as we had a lot of work to do in the bottom field. OK, so where are you chatting from? He asked. I live near Bury St Edmunds in Suffolk. Do you mind sending me your Hangout email so we can chat better over there? He said. And so she sent him her email address. He claimed he'd sent her a message on Hangouts, but as with Samantha, he disappeared. And then he reappeared on the 21st of November. Hello, he said. Good morning, said Cassandra, who obviously knew that he'd reappeared on Samantha's feed as well. Good morning. How you doing? How's your day going? I just came inside for a sandwich. Oh, really? He said. All together, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, really, replied Cassandra. How's the weather condition over there today? Wet, she said. How's it over there? The weather condition over here is very cold, he said. And where is here? I'm from Santa Ana, California, USA, but I'm currently in Ireland working. I'm an oil rig platform engineer. Where in Ireland? She asked. I'm currently in Dublin, Ireland, ? Where are you asking me? I have no idea where you are. Won't your phone tell you where you are? You're the one who asked me, he said, where in Ireland I'm at. I did, she said, and you asked me if you're in Dublin. I have no idea if you're in Dublin or not. No, I did not ask you if you're in Dublin, he said. Yes, you did, she replied, copying and pasting the bit where he'd said, I'm currently in Dublin, Ireland, ? I'm sorry about the question mark, he said. I meant to say I'm in Dublin, Ireland. Is Dublin interesting? She asked. I've never been there, but I've heard it's an interesting city. Yes, very beautiful place to live in. Where are you from? I haven't moved since the last time you asked me, she said. OK, hope you're having a good day. Don't stress yourself too much. OK, you know, that usual scammer obsession with stress. I'm not stressing, replied Cassandra. It's you that's about to stress when I ask you where I live. Hello, he said. How's your day going? Hope all is well with you and your family over there. It's going well, she said. Go on, make my day. Tell me where I live. Our man scrolled back. You live near Bury St Edmunds in Suffolk, he said. Am I right? Awesome, she replied. Yeah. So, did you made your day? Did I made your day? Oh yes, you definitely made my day. Being able to scroll is such an awesome skill to master. He sent lots of laughing faces. So what are you doing? Why do you think so? Standing upside down on the banisters, she said, What are you doing? Why do I think what? That being able to scroll is an awesome skill to master, because you hadn't managed it before, had you? As for me, and you know this one, I'm in the documentation room. It's more like my office, because it's close to my room. The weather here is actually cold. How about there? How's the weather over there? Okay, if you say so. Why does being close to your room make it more like an office? What's wrong with that? He said. I didn't say there was anything wrong with it. I asked why being close to your room makes it more like an office. You said it. I presume you know what you meant. Yeah! So what do you enjoy doing most? So are you going to explain it to me or not? Because of course they all copy and paste that sentence and it actually doesn't mean anything. Or are you one of those men who likes to say daft things because you think it sounds impressive, but really you have no idea what you're talking about? Please can we just forget about that? Said our man, who had no idea what he was talking about. So tell me what you enjoy doing most. No, we can't just forget about that, she replied. You said it, and I asked you to explain. It shouldn't be difficult. You're right, he said. Good, said Cassandra. So if it's easy, you can explain it, please. What I meant is that I'm in the documentation room, where I carry out most of my work operations, and it's close to my room. Okay, replied Cassandra. So the bit about it being more like your office because it's close to your room was just meaningless rubbish, because you thought it sounded clever for some weird reason. That's fine now, he said. So, can you now tell me what you enjoy doing most? I enjoy running the estate. What do you enjoy? I enjoy swimming a lot, he said. Do you know how to swim? I'm useless at swimming, replied Cassandra. Mummy used to say I looked like a beached whale. LOL! Okay, so are you married? Have you got any kid? ? Hey. Good evening, she said. No, I'm not married, and no, I don't have children. Okay, what do you do for a living? ? I run the family estate. We have 500 acres of land, 200 are arable, a herd of belted Galloway cattle, a small flock of Surrey sheep, about 40 chickens, 4 Shetland ponies, 3 fell ponies, 4 dogs and 5 cats. That's nice, he said. Are you able to manage that all alone? ? And he sent her his email address. Again. That's my Gmail. You can message me on mail, he said. And so, of course, finally, they moved to chat. Hello, he said over on chat. Good morning, replied Cassandra. You made it up to here, he said. How's everything going over there? Are you busy? I'll be going outside soon, she said. It was raining really heavy when I got up, but it's stopped now and the sun's coming out. Okay, once again, it's my pleasure meeting you. Are you married? Or with kids? Are you busy? I just came inside for a sandwich, said Cassandra at lunchtime, who thought she'd just ignore the fact that she'd already answered that. You don't really chat me here, he said. What's the problem? What's the time? And the weather condition over there? Excuse me, replied Cassandra. What's the problem? I have work to do, that's what's the problem. I don't spend my life inside waiting for a message from you. And as for your don't usually chat me here, you only messaged me here for the first time 4 hours ago, and I replied, and I already told you about the weather condition over here. Please grow up and act like a mature adult, not like a spoilt child. Sorry about that. Just love chatting with you, he said. In my own case, I'm a widower. My wife died of a leukemia cancer 5 years ago, and I have just one son. Guess what he's called, guys? Kelvin, 14 years old. Aren't you working today? She asked. No, resting day, he said. Life is special, and you know this one too. And I like to wake up feeling excited of what the new day brings, even if that means bouncing off the planets. Imagine opening your eyes each and every morning and smiling at the thought that this new day is completely different and brings new excitement, and that the person you're with feels exactly the same way. Whatever all of that means, replied Cassandra. Are you high on something? You don't want to be friend with me? Or what? He asked. Not if you've been smoking the wacky backy, replied Cassandra. I don't smoke or drink, he said. If you say so. How long have you been single? Without a husband, he asked. I've never been married, said Cassandra. I've never had time for all that. In my own case, he said. Again, I'm a widower. My wife died of a leukemia cancer 5 years ago, and I have just one son, Kelvin, 14 years old. At least he told the same story twice. You already said that, replied Cassandra. I've been through a lot as a man. and have conquered much opposition in life as well, and would love to meet someone who'll understand how being hurt feels, and would love to find an honest relationship. I want the love that's been locked in my heart for so long to be unlocked by that special lady. If we get this much more, guys, I'll be auditioning for the Royal Shakespeare Company myself. Good luck, replied Cassandra. Well, I want to love and to be loved. What about you, dear? I'm sure I told you I don't have time for all that. I have an estate to run. What estate? He asked. Hello. Good morning, replied Cassandra, and answering what estate, the same one I was running when you or your mate asked me on Facebook. Oh, I remember now, he said, hastily turning over to Facebook. So, do you run the estate all alone? I have a housekeeper who looks after the house for me. Okay, he said, and sent a photograph of a young boy with a puppy. It's a dog and a boy, replied Cassandra. That is my son, and thee his pet, he said. Please, if you don't mind, can I ask you for a few of your photos? I hope you don't mind sending me about 2 of your photos? ? Good morning, replied Cassandra. I don't send photographs. My photos on Facebook I don't change. Okay. Hello. Good morning, she said the next day. It's really misty here today and rather cold. I have to go into town to stock up on feed supplies. Are you working today? Good morning. No, I'm not working today. I don't think he ever does he? At least it saves him having to explain all about a job he knows nothing about. How is the estate going over there? Hope all is well. It's misty here today and the quad bike has broken down. I'm waiting for someone to take it away and fix it. Hope you're not stressed out there, he said. So what do you do for the estate? What do you mean? Asked Cassandra. Please, can you tell me more about yourself? I really want to know who I'm chatting with, please. Such as? A little bit about yourself, please, he said. Such as? She asked again. About yourself, about your family, what you like and also dislike, so that I can know how I'm going to chat with you, as give you a woman respect. Looks like you're a little bit busy, he said. Talk to me when you get the chance. Okay. I've been tidying up the tack room, sorting out the ponies' winter coats. I also cleaned out the field shelters. It's dark now, so I've had to come inside. My brother lives in Colchester, and I have 2 nephews, his sons. One works on an oil rig, and one is a solicitor in Birmingham. I like existential polymorphism, and I dislike auto-interactive altruism. Sounds interesting, he said. I'm a Spanish man, but I've spent almost all my life in the USA. I live in Santa Ana, California, USA. Yes, you said, replied Cassandra. Perhaps tell me what you like and dislike. I'm the only child of my parents. My parents died long ago. My father was a military man who died in a military war when I was 7 years old, and my mother died when I was 13 years old. I was raised by a neighbouring teacher. Surprise. Growing up was quite difficult for me, but I never gave up. Cue the violins, replied Cassandra. I'm one of the 2 children of my parents. My father was a lawyer who died in bed when I was 43, and my mother died when I was 28 years old. I raised myself after that, and I gave up years ago, she said, copying him. Why'd you give up? He asked. Well, I just want us to be certain of what we actually want. At this stage of my life, I have achieved almost everything I wanted, except a united family, and it hurts me. My priority is to have a happy and harmonious family. What about you? Do you wish for a happy family, too? I'm very happy with the life I have, replied Cassandra. Okay, and you know what comes next. So, don't you feel lonely sometimes? I mean, loneliness of not having your man next to you? No, replied Cassandra. Well, I'm an exciting, thoughtful, and compassionate man with a strong passion for life. I'm optimistic and warm and see every day as a new beginning to life. Do you run the estate all by yourself? I already told you I have a housekeeper who looks after the house for me. If I need extra help, I employ some local young farmer lads. Okay, that's good, he said. What do you mean? Replied Cassandra. I mean, I want to know you more better and get to know more about you, because I like this kind of woman you are. You are nice and beautiful and hard-working person, if you don't mind. That's very kind of you, replied Cassandra, but it's my bedtime now. I'll talk to you again tomorrow. Okay, take care. And he sent her some hearts and kisses. Good night, my friend. May tomorrow be a day full of opportunities for you, and may you rest with the sweetest dreams tonight. Sleep tight. Good morning, said Cassandra the next day. I've just come in from taking the dogs for a walk. Okay, that's nice, So how was your night? Okay, replied Cassandra. How was yours? Tell me something about your own work. Most days I tell you about what I've been doing. You never do. You just keep writing random rubbish about sweet dreams and opportunities. I'd rather know about what you do, please. I thought I did tell you, he said. And so, he repeated himself. I'm a Spanish man, but I've spent almost all my life in the USA. I live in Santa Ana, California, USA. I'm currently serving in the oil rig, here in Ireland, but I'm on relief assignment because I'll be retiring very soon. I'm the only child of my parents. My parents died long ago, you know that one, and he never gave up. So tell me, how about your parents? Are they alive? Yes, you told me all that, replied Cassandra. I asked you to tell me something about your own work. I tell you what I've been doing. I asked what you're doing at work. I know you're on an oil rig. I think if you look back, pal, she'll tell you when Daddy died in bed and when Mummy died. I'm a drilling engineer, he said. I'm currently serving in an oil rig, here in Dublin High Sea. I have over 200 workers under me in my department. Do you get the feeling he has no idea what he's supposed to be doing? What did you do at work today? Asked Cassandra. You've told me you're on an oil rig, we know that. What did you personally do at work today? Why is it so difficult to tell me? No, it's not, he said. Well, do a lot today at work. We drill some oil, and it's a bit stressful, my dear. Sorry, we drill some oil. Oh, fancy that. We drill some oil, that's all you can tell me, replied Cassandra, because it's starting to sound as if you've no idea what you're talking about. Either you aren't on an oil rig at all, or you're a cleaner or a kitchen operative, or if you are a drilling engineer, tell me what you did at work today. Start at the beginning, when you started work this morning. What did you do each hour? Because I can tell you what I did, as in what I really did, not just I was running the estate. My dear! I work as a drilling engineer, so I'm in charge of the engine room. Some duty, night and day, because I will have to turn off the engine room any time it get hot. Sorry. Today was a little stressful. How did you spend your day today? I will have to turn off the engine room any time it get hot, replied Cassandra. Grow up and at least try to talk like an adult. You can't be on duty night and day, whatever that means. You'd be working 24 hours a day. Yes, but not all days. I got my working day, he said. I'm not asking about the days you're not working, replied Cassandra. I'm asking about what you do when you are at work. This is your last chance to talk to me like an adult and tell me. If you can't, then I will know you're just an idiotic kid pretending to do a job they know nothing about. Last chance, talk like an adult, and tell me what you did at work yesterday. Start at the beginning, when you started work. What did you do each hour? This is absolutely your last chance to show me you're a mature adult with a brain who knows what they're talking about, not an idiotic, scamming, low-life, thieving kid. Last chance. Well, my day at work yesterday in the morning was in the documentary room, where all drilling documents are kept. I was there to drafted some drilling document, and that took me about 2 to 3 hours. Then later the day, I went to the engine room to fix some damaged lights and other electrical things. Phew, at last, replied Cassandra. I thought you were a drilling engineer. I knew you weren't telling me the truth. You're an electrician, aren't you? Talk to you later, he said. I'm very busy with work right now, as he went off to Google what's an electrician. You mean when you've worked out what an electrician does, replied Cassandra, as you clearly have no idea what a drilling engineer does. And please stop lying to me. It just makes you really stupid and idiotic. Really sorry about that, he said. Yes, me too. I don't like liars. Do you want to tell me what you really do? Okay. To really make you understand, I'm going to send a short video where I work, so you see it yourself. No, replied Cassandra. I didn't ask for a video. I asked you to tell me what you really do. I think that's the best way, he said. No, it isn't, replied Cassandra. The best way is for you to type and tell me what you really do. Obviously you aren't a drilling engineer. You have no idea what one of those does. So type in words what you really do. Remember, we've agreed I don't like liars, and you've agreed you're really sorry about that. I work offshore as a production/chemical engineer. I'm in an oil rig, 400 nautical miles into the Atlantic Ocean, off the coast of Australia. I'm working with Shell and an oil exploration company in Australia. And you know what, guys? I hadn't spotted that till I read that back to you. Sorry about that, otherwise I'm sure Cassandra would have had a go at him about having moved from Ireland to Australia overnight. I will be back to Santa Ana, California, home, in 1 year, 6 months' time. That's when my off starts. I've been in this job for about 6 years now. So clearly he hasn't just moved from Ireland. No, replied Cassandra, we've agreed that's a lie. We know you aren't an engineer of any kind, and we've agreed you're going to stop lying, copying and pasting the bit where he said, really sorry about that. So you have one final chance to tell me the truth. If you won't, you can go away. I realise you are stupid and an idiot, but you could at least try not to act like an idiot. What's your problem? He said. What do you really want? I keep explaining myself to you all over and over again. Please don't insult me. What do you feel about me? I keep all your insults to myself, because I don't want to be rude to a woman. But this is really getting out of hand. What do I want? Replied Cassandra. You to stop lying. You said you're very sorry about it, but you continue lying. So I want to know what you really do, instead of an idiotic lie. I'm guessing you're an electrician, if you're fixing lights and other electrical things. Even you must know those aren't the things a drilling engineer would do. Then you magically changed careers and became a fake production/chemical engineer. So try being something believable, even if it is fake. Why do you think I'm lying? He said. Replied Cassandra, because A, it must be obvious to even a dimwit like you that you have no idea what you're talking about. B, you admitted it and apologised. So go away, I've had enough of you. Idiot. Goodbye. Started calling me? Idiot? Said our man, who finally realised. Please stop it. Why do you want to know my real identity when you can't send me your pictures so that I know who I'm chatting with? But you are an idiot, replied Cassandra. All I'm asking is what you really do. Even a brain-dead idiot like yourself must know what they do. Are you saying you aren't an electrician either? Or are you really? Because now I don't believe a word you've said. My picture is on Facebook. You can go and look at it there. Goodbye. I don't want Facebook picture, he said. I want pictures. Here. Okay? Oh, Mr. Fussy, replied Cassandra. Go and look on Facebook and don't be a lazy toad as well as an idiot. Goodbye. Don't insult, he said, because I never insult you or say bad thing about you. Goodbye. Whatever. Goodbye. And this went on for a while, with Cassandra repeatedly saying goodbye until he got the point and disappeared. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, you must know what to do by now. Please like it. Please share it. Please comment down below. Please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you again in another video.